Welcome back to the Spikeball Tour Series Rock Hill Tour Stop. We're joining now for the Pro Division semifinals between the #1 ranked team Boysterous, Preston Bies, and Caleb Heck taking on #3 ranked Sloppy Seconds. That's Gabe Finocchi and Travis Core. This is an exciting matchup. First time we've seen Boysterous this season. There's a lot of hype around them, but there's also a lot of skepticism. They haven't played a tournament really in a year, especially under these new rules that are yet to play. And Gabe Finocchi, kind of one of those players who is labeled as the next top player. This is his first real chance to prove it against Boysterous.
Yeah, you see Preston matching up with Gabe here on the first serve of the match. And I'm excited to see not only how Gabe serves to them, but how they serve to Gabe in these big moments. That double fault, though, giving Travis the ball.
Yeah, a wide range of energy here. Travis Core, known to be one of the louder players. He gets amped when he's doing things well. Preston Bies, he's always talking. Doesn't matter if he's playing well or not. He's always out there, and he said it. He's here to have a good time, so why not try by having a good time? And their partners, much quieter players. Caleb Heck sometimes gets that energy up. Ooh, lips that one up poorly.
A free ball for Gabe, and Travis sets him clean over the net for a quick break.
And you hear it there right away. Travis is hype, Gabe is silent. That's going to be their dynamic probably through most of the day, and I think they're fine with that. They know they're different personalities. They mesh well when playing, and they're able to adapt to each other's play style on the field.
Travis goes left, rolls up over Preston's shoulder for a fault.
Preston here looking a little bit slow out of the gates. Gets ace there. So, yeah, I mean, not the start for Boysterous, but Sloppy Seconds doing everything right. I mean, getting that defensive touch.
Putting the ball in play.
Yeah, putting the ball in play and getting an ace.
Another serve. Rolls up. Just trying to figure out what that line is for the ball being above the shoulder. Travis misses on the fake.
Boysterous on the board. So Caleb Heck to serve. Caleb's known for his step-out serve that he hits with a lot of cut. He's hitting the ball at a very low contact point, so it comes off both fast and also very low. But because it's so low, you see a lot of that rims or pockets where it goes way up because he's got such a small angle to work with.
That one lands. Gabe on the recovery set. Travis able to put it clear of the defense.
That's kind of Travis's bread and butter, too. He's a great hitter, no doubt. And sometimes on the flicks and stuff, he'll try to keep it low, but he's a great boom baller, and when the opportunity is there, he will blast the ball further than anyone, really.
Yeah. Finocchi stepping back to serve. He can go all the ways as well. Reverse, cut, lefty, what have you. Look for some tricky misdirections on his tosses as well as he goes reverse there. Pressing off net, but Travis fields it.
Let's go!
Another break there for Sloppy Seconds early.
Great start here for Finocchi and Core. They're doing it all. They've got ace, they've got a touch, they've got some sloppy offense by Boysterous. Just got to keep the train rolling for them now.
Finocchi fakes and goes left. I think he's also got a lefty reverse cut serve, so really just has all of the threats. Things that Boysterous, you know, last time that they were playing, they didn't have to deal with serves like that from Gabe.
That's nutty. That ball was so low and hit with so much cut. I don't even know how. It just keeps going left.
He's generating so much spin off his hand. Steps out again. That one fielded by Bies. And a carry called on Heck's set.
Observer rules it clean, so override. Core tried to make the play. No good. Boysterous doesn't need to finish that now. Core's kind of calling it dead, so if the observer calls it clean, which he did, point for Boysterous. So Preston now another chance to serve.
He goes left. They play the rim, though, and that's too easy.
Yeah, so just a mega hot start here for Sloppy Seconds, up 7-2. I mean, that's the dream start against a team like Boysterous. You just want to be up so you can have control and get in their heads a little bit.
Let's go!
And that pivot serve from Core, way too wide for Heck there, and Bies can't recover on the set.
Yeah.
They rotate up 6 here.
And now the name of the game for them is keep their foot on the gas. You can't get complacent with this lead. Boysterous hasn't showed it, but we know they're a great team. They have all the power to get back in this game if you give them the chance.
Maybe
so
not yet today.
Yeah, for Core and Finocchi, you got to keep getting breaks. Don't be complacent with the 6-point lead. Keep trying to run away with it.
Yeah, Boysterous definitely could mirror that 8-2 run that you just saw from Sloppy as that second serve on the side pocket for Core. Ball goes back to Heck here. Steps right, and that's hot, but Finocchi feels like it's nothing. Another easy lefty spike. They're happy to take that lefty hit, pull it past Heck.
Yeah, Bies not really rotating on defense there. It's tough when the ball's coming in so quick. There's not a lot of time to get in position, but they're not challenging that lefty hit at all, neither close or far from the net.
Finocchi steps left, but flips right. Remember, he's got all of those different angles. Watch out for those tricky tosses. Goes right at Heck, fields well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Gabe.
And Finocchi trying to funnel, didn't know if Core was going to be in that spot or not, and Core ran through the gap, doesn't get the deflection.
Yeah, right choice by Finocchi to cut that off. That ball's pushed so much that Core's not going to get a touch. Core really just needs to trust his partner to pop the one up and not put himself out of position if he does.
Another fault from Bies here. Looking to get rolling on his side here, get a break or two. Steps right, faking. Popped up well, gives Finocchi plenty of time to get his feet under the set. Smooth put away. That ball a little higher did give Boysterous some time to settle up and get up their defense and rotate.
Yeah, you see Heck running around behind the hitter. It's kind of nice to go behind that blind spot because the hitter doesn't necessarily know where you are, and he's actually in the spot. It's just the ball is coming so fast, he can't get a good touch.
Of course, steps right, misses left. And another fault there.
So we talked at the top that Core and Bies are usually the ones to bring the energy, but so far it's been just one-sided. Core is bringing a lot of energy. Bies still looking slow out of the gates. I don't know if it's the early deficit that's got him down or he's just not feeling it today, but if he's not able to bring his energy up, really get excited about this game, it's hard to imagine them coming back.
Yeah, he hasn't had much to talk about, but sometimes maybe the talking might actually be get some more success on the net. So look for him to have something to say.
Yeah, so that brings us to 11-5, and we'll call out one of our sponsors, Hampton Farms, the official nut of Spikeball. They've got a bunch of different peanuts that they bring. You can try them out at tournaments. My favorite is the hot nuts, the spicy nuts. Ooh, be sure to try those out the next time you're at a tournament. Speaking of spicy, that serve by Finocchi had a decent amount of reverse
Excellent
spin
reverse
on
cut.
it.
Yeah. Just a little too tricky. Travis, as you said, trying to rotate into that blind spot around Caleb's left hand. Unable to get that clean first touch up, though. So Boysterous with the hold.
So we've been at this 6-5 point deficit for the last 8 serves or so. Nobody really making their move. Here's Bies' chance to do it.
Steps right. And that pulled clean wide of Core. Ooh. Stays just at the shoulder level to make sure it's a legal serve. And that's going to be, I think, Boysterous' first break of the game.
I believe so, yeah. So on the board, no big crowd reaction for Boysterous there. That went off rim. Gabe not going to play it from 30 feet back.
Gives Bies another chance to swing. And he jams Finocchi, and looks like a side pocket called there. They go to the observer. Observer's confirming that side pocket call, so it'll be sloppy seconds hold. A great left from Core. And Finocchi gets a touch. Clean set from another Bies touch. But a set a little too far left.
Great point there. Watch it again. Finocchi rotating well to get in the spot. Good, not great set from Core that lets him blast it. And Bies is there for the touch sets there, but just off on his left. He's a great lefty hitter, but today the lefty hits have all been for Finocchi.
Yeah. Gives Core another chance to extend this lead in game 1. As he steps out, rolls up, they play through. And Heck gets the ball back. He's made a couple good serves, but they've been fielded well thus far. Can he challenge Finocchi? Faking left.
There it is.
Recovered well, though.
Let's go, baby!
And a nice, clean backhand flick, too.
Yeah,
Finocchi's been backhand flicking and lefty hitting. Not a lot of forehand hits. He's saving those for his serves, I guess.
No need, except for that off-net stuff. Yeah, no need to use it. He's got all the open shots. No need to overpower. Wow.
Heck with a left. Soft touch from Finocchi. But Core can't set him back to the middle.
Yeah, great effort by Core, diving there, just ranging outside the circle to try to make a play. Another good up. They're all over the hits, and same cannot really be said for Boysterous. Boysterous is looking a little bit lost on defense, and they're not making enough good serves to really challenge them. And honestly, they're making good serves. It's just that
Sloppy is fielding them so well, and they're centering much more cleanly to open up those angles. We were saying Finocchi is really comfortable hitting those backhand flicks or those lefties. He's just had open angles. as Bies misses another serve, trying to apply that pressure, but not even in play. Brings us to 15-9. Sloppy still up big in game 1.
Yeah, they've maintained that 6-point lead for the last 15 points or so. But again, never want to be complacent. Get your breaks, close out the game.
And that drop, yielding a little bit of a misplay. Heck sets across the net for Bies, and Bies unable to field that set. He tries to jump and do that roll over the top. They rotate up 7 here, 16-9. Core still on the ball, steps left.
Just maintaining his balance. Again, the rule is he has to keep his feet down until the ball reaches the net.
He never did.
Yeah, never did, so doesn't matter in this case.
He goes right. And that one, Heck, trying to make the high call. Looked like it was a close one. They're probably going to go to the observer, who confirms that was just high. Really tight call there. But they'll take the hold however they can get it. Heck on the ball. Rips it, but it goes off the back pocket. As you were saying, he's coming in so low that it's kind of ramping as a default. He's not catching that near net to keep it low.
Yeah, it's a very small angle that he's aiming for. If he can get it, his serves can be deadly. But this game, he's landed 2 or 3 really good ones that were no problem for sloppy seconds. So
yeah.
He's going to have to reach for something else. And in this game, or more likely in game 2, to have a chance to come back in the series.
Yeah. Finocchi trying to keep the pedal to the metal. Misses with that reverse cut. And he steps right again.
Oh, my goodness.
Lands the reverse cut. Just a little tweak there.
Preston Bies saying, yeah, that's good. There's nothing he can do on that. You saw he was cheated. Bies is a little bit right. He steps right with Finocchi, and that serve just comes in and goes the exact opposite way.
But if you remember the cut serve Gabe had earlier in the game where he went left, it's not like Bies is cheating too far to the right anyway. The ball could still beat him to the right. So when you've got that kind of range, you just shrug your shoulders and play the next point. What a great serve from Finocchi. Goes left now.
I mean, really, don't try this at
the
home, kids. Like, Gabe Finocchi, one of the best servers, if not the best in the country. The way he contacts the ball in his hand is unparalleled. He's able to generate so much different spin off the same toss that he keeps the receivers guessing, and there's really no way to know where the ball's going until you see it.
Yeah, spent a lot of time developing each one of those angles, each one of those spins. As Bies answers with his own reverse cut. Clean past Core.
Yeah, Core.
Don't count him out on those.
So Core got ace clean to the right earlier in the game. Preston hit it by him. You can see Core was maybe 1 or 2 feet off to the right there. Preston takes that backdoor, just hits it to Core's left, clean ace.
Yeah, Bies finds rim there on the first serve. Despite that nice reverse cut, still down 12-18. As he goes with the cut serve. And now here's Sloppy just looking to play smooth and clean, close out this first game of the pro semifinals. That one's rim.
Rim there from Core, yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of good serves early. Getting that early lead is always key, especially start of a series, start of a game. It's always nice to have the lead, but setting that tone that, hey, we're here, we're not afraid. You got the number 1 next to your name, we got the number 3 next to our name, but there's no reason we can't beat you. And Sloppy Seconds has proven that now.
Right, you saw them up 8-2, now up 19-12, so really just trading since they got that big lead to start, as Core double faults there. So that same deficit really that they established, just they got the momentum going early. Heck, maybe looking to tweak something, get ready for game 2.
Oh,
That's a great rip. And even still, Sloppy able to recover off a sloppy first touch.
Yeah, that was a sloppy first and second touch, I'd say. But Core able to dink it on, and Heck really just not ready on defense. Maybe serve watching, didn't realize they were going to return it.
Finocchi drops for the game point. Second coming, steps out, goes reverse, but that's above his shoulder. Or
that one just,
yeah.
yeah.
Little discussion there on the call.
So 14-20. Gonna need everything Bies has to get this game back in.
Goes jam, still high enough for Travis to find the set, and another backhand put away from Gabe, centered well. Game 1 goes the way of Sloppy Seconds, 21-14 over Boysterous.
Yeah, like that was a showing of dominance, especially just the way they came out at the beginning of that game, going up 8-2. That's ridiculous against the number 1 ranked
Yeah,
team.
and if you couldn't see it on the scoreboard, you could hear it. That's one of the quietest games I've ever witnessed from Preston Bies.
I don't remember him saying really anything. Like, there was not much good going for him.
Yeah, even on, he had that one really nice reverse cut serve, but, you know, that put them within 5 points. So
Yeah.
not much you can say when you have a nice serve down that many points. They're going to need to clean up a lot of their serve receive, and then, you know, Heck's going to need to get in the game involved with his serves.
Yeah, so thanks for watching Game 1 of the Pro Semis. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Game 2, see if Boysterous can fight back.
See you there.
Okay, welcome back to the Pro Semifinals at the Rock Hill Tour Stop. I'm Ezra Dantowitz here with Ben Dantowitz. We just saw Sloppy Seconds take down Game 1 in a dominating fashion. Was it 21-14?
Yep.
And so now the pressure is on Boysterous to come back. I think the biggest thing for me that I saw is maybe in 2019, even 2020, Boysterous played a couple tournaments. The serves that they are hitting now would have been very good serves. And now the game has just progressed so much that the serves they're hitting are nothing special. And so Gabe Finocchi, Travis Core have been playing a lot of other top players, and they're not having trouble receiving those serves. So Boysterous is going to have to do it with something else. The serves are not enough, whether it's generating defensive touches or amping up their serves. If there's anything left in the tank, now is the time they got to show it.
Yeah, backs against the wall. And right now it's going to be important that they get off to a hot start. They went down 8-2 in Game 1. You know, starting back here at zeros, it'll be important to see if they can answer, get some momentum going their way to set the tone. It looks like Finocchi's going to be lining up to serve first here for Sloppy Seconds. Bies on the receive.
Yeah, I'd have Gabe serve first for me every game.
You won't find many people disagreeing with you there, Ezra. Finocchi steps out again, puts it in play. Well handled, though. And it's going to start there with those clean offensive sets. We saw a lot of clean recovery sets and well-centered plays by Sloppy in Game 1. Boysterous a little more struggling by them. So if they can maintain that, they'll give themselves a little more margin for error on the serves. That one right at core. Great touch from Caleb Heck.
Okay. That's what
Just as we
needed to
said.
see, yeah.
Just enough of a challenge on that first touch for core, a little bit jammed, and then the spike coming right at Heck there, well positioned.
That's the loudest Preston's been all day. So you hear Bies react. Just that big cry is what he's known for after getting those break points. And so right away, great start for Boysterous. Only 2-0. Definitely not work done, but getting a break early is what you need to have.
But another good set from Heck, or serve, excuse me, but well set from core and Gabe Finocchi using that nice forehand to put it low and through the defense. Ball back to core here. Steps wide. That one challenges Bies just under his shoulder, a little upset about the receive, ties it back up at 2s. As you said, the work not done at 2-0. Sloppy answers right back with a break of their own. Another great serve from core. Well controlled from Heck, though.
Yeah, great set by Preston there. Leaves Caleb right over the net. Caleb has some choices, finds it, and then chooses to dink that lefty right. Well, not dink. He crushes it, but into Travis's body.
Well placed.
Yeah, well placed so that there's no play for the defense. And it starts for the 1 and 2, right? A good hit is because you have a good set.
Yep. Bies steps left. Trying to get some of that magic he had in Game 1. Landed a reverse and a good cut, too. Steps out wide. And that cut well past Finocchi. And certainly low enough below the shoulder, so that's going to be a clean, no-touch ace for Bies. That's the kind of magic he's going to need. Drops it. Well settled from Finocchi, and then pushed. Oh, a little too quick off of Bies' hand or body there to Heck. Can't find the set back to him. But they do take the lead back there.
Yeah, if you're watching at home wondering, that height rule is, if the ball is not completely above the shoulder, it is a clean serve. Doesn't matter if it hits the back pocket or if it lips up a little bit. As long as it's not completely above the shoulder, it's clean. And so that one to the side, they're saying it's not completely above Gabe's shoulder, so ace for Bies.
Let's go!
Same thing
Finocchi
there.
knocks one by. Ties it back up at 4. This game a little more back and forth. Some early breaks from both teams, not just Sloppy Seconds. That one a bit high, though. Core declares it a bit too high, and Finocchi here stepping out for a second.
Oh. Just high.
A Little premature celebration from sloppy seconds there, but you still feel the energy. That energy's still going to be riding into the next point for them. Heck serving. Keeps it low, right at core.
So 6-4 now for Boysterous.
Yeah, you see Heck landing more of those serves that were rolling up in game one, causing a few more issues for Sloppy with those jams right at their chest. Goes out wide. Gabe well settled. Core sets him comfortably, and Caleb gets the deflection, but it goes into Gabe. So there's a little discussion making sure that wasn't a hinder of sorts. Core with the ball now at 5-6. A lot of fakes. It goes right. And directionally sets Preston left. Wide open for the defense.
Great receive by Bies there. He's able to handle that just enough. He's not playing super deep, so he has to make a lot of quick hands play on those receives. And the set from Heck puts him in a spot where he has to hit the lefty, but Bies does not mind that at all. Oh my gosh.
Thinks
Speaking
that
of lefties.
Bies does not mind. How about that lefty serve? Another no-touch ace for Boysterous.
Bang! Sorry, I'll celebrate that one. That was more exciting.
You hear him getting more vocal right there. The good place feeding on the vocal, and the vocal, you know, cycling right back into another serve. As Finocchi cleans that one up, stops the bleeding there.
Yeah, there's the righty pole hits, the forehand hits from Finocchi. Wasn't really needing to do it in game one. Definitely challenged more in this game two. Better serves from Bies for sure, and they've just been in better spots defensively, forcing both Finocchi and Core to hit
They're
around him.
definitely sitting on his backhand as Bies plays that free ball up in the air for an easy hold. They rotate here at 9-6 with Heck to serve. And Core has been the weak receive here. They've been putting on some good serves for him. Can they take advantage of this mismatch? Going left. No, well set there from Finocchi. No problem on the receive.
Yeah, so clean it up a little bit, and now Core will have a chance of his own to get some breaks back. We saw him having probably the most success with that step out to his right. He has a lefty serve in his arsenal, hasn't gone to it yet. Curious to see when he's going to pull it out.
Goes right at Heck, who tries to clear the no-hit zone, but it looked like his left arm may have landed, or his foot may have landed in the area. A little bit of discussion, and the observer not with the angle to give that support, so they send it back to the players. That's going to be a redo. So to clarify that, can you help explain that? What happens when you go to the observer without a call?
Yeah, in that case, so Sloppy Seconds is saying that Caleb landed in the no-hit zone. Caleb doesn't think he did. The observer, usually their spot is to see and kind of make the call. In this case, only one observer. He doesn't have a view on that no-hit zone, so because he can't see for sure whether the player was in or out of the no-hit zone, he's just going to say, hey, I don't have a view, redo the play. So that's what we'll do. 7-9 again.
Same serve right at Heck, settled again. Core with a touch, but too far from Finocchi to set it back.
They've got to keep the energy up here for Boysterous. They're up a bit. We talked about this last game. You can't take your foot off the gas, or you just let the other team take it.
As Bies goes reverse, but Finocchi finds it. Again, that's a serve that, you know, is even better than what Bies might have had a year or two ago. But Finocchi's been playing against players who have those serves, who can hit those serves. He has one himself, so he knows what it looks like, and he's able to jump out to his left, make the receive.
Yeah, the other thing there making that easier to receive is Finocchi's reverse Mason, they stay very low. Bies' reverse cut, and especially that one, gets still almost up to your chest level, meaning it's easier to reach out and receive it than if it was down at your knees.
That reverse, not too low, but still off the side of Preston's left hand, goes down for another ace for Finocchi. Brings us to within one. As Finocchi goes left.
Yeah, Core cutting that one off, but not able to rebound it up, just blasting it away. No play for Finocchi to get the second touch. But that's one back for Sloppy Seconds. Not quite enough to tie it up, but they're showing they're in this game, not going to give up.
Yep. Rotating here, 11-9. Heck on the serve. Play that side pocket. Heck on the touch. And puts it over the defense. Happy to have that point. And they answer back with another break right there. Just as Sloppy comes within two.
Great bounce back for Boysterous. That hit coming back to net is kind of Caleb's bread and butter. If the set's just a little bit off, he's fine chipping it over you.
Nice low backhand put away from Core through the defense. well set.
Both Bies and Heck are up at net there trying to play that body defense. And we've seen the same from Core and Finocchi in a lot of these sequences, both of them up close, but not able to converge and kind of pop that ball up or get a touch.
Core steps right. Bies gets under the set for Heck. Another touch where, Core's getting the body touch on it, but it's not going up or towards his teammate quite well enough. But just inches off.
Yeah, it goes both ways.
Opportunity.
There's a lot of skill in being in the exact right spots the ball pops up off of you, but there's also a lot of skill from the hitter's point of view and hitting it in just the way that you know it's not going to pop up, not hitting it right in the center of their chest. So it's a tough adjustment that Core needs to make at that last second if he wants to get a good touch, pop it up and give him a chance.
It's that little cat and mouse back and forth between the hitter at the last second adjustment, the defender trying to make that last second adjustment.
Yeah, so we mentioned the heat yesterday. We're getting close to noon here. It's hot out. That plays a role on the ball. We said, the balls get a little bit more inflated with the heat.
Bies goes right at Finocchi, though.
Great blast.
Too easy. We have had a little bit more of a breeze today, though, so a little bit of a reprieve from the heat. Nice little gust coming in right now.
A little bit cooler, a little bit more cloud cover. And the other thing, this is only the first game of the day for these players. So they played their 3 or 4 series yesterday, had one bracket match, and then showed up at 11 for their first round of bracket play.
Yeah, Boysterous would definitely want you to think that this is their first game of the day, right? In their first match.
Yeah, for sure.
As that hits a side pocket for a double fault.
Boysterous on cruise control now, up 3 breaks, 14-11.
This is a similar thing that we saw in the first game where we got a little bit of shuffling early on, a lead emerged, and now we're just trading holds.
Gosh, we're still there.
And so for sloppy seconds, they've got to land a big serve soon. That's really the way that they were getting their breaks in game 1, is putting pressure on. Part of it is Boysterous adjusted and is receiving a little bit better, but we haven't seen the deadly stuff we saw from Finocchi in game 1, and especially not from Core. So they've got to get something on, generate some pressure, be in spots to make touches. Ooh, not even
that
close.
won't do it. Core resetting. Goes right, but handled comfortably. And as you were saying, Heck's not hitting that in a way that Core's got a great opportunity to get the ball up. He's hitting it low. He's hitting it kind of right into his gut. It's a hard angle to get actually a clean defensive touch up there.
And he's not overpowering it, right? Caleb can blast his lefties there. He's just hitting a placement shot. If he hits that too hard, there's a chance it does pop up, and he knows that.
As Bies hits rim on his first serve. Boysterous still up 3 points serving, 15-12. Goes reverse.
Oh, my lantern.
Same thing there from Finocchi. Just keeps it low, bounces off Bies' leg. Not up, no chance to make a play on it. So for sloppy seconds here, they've got a lot of touches, especially Core's getting a lot of body touches close to net, but nothing that they have a real chance to convert and get back to net. They're going to need to either adjust, maybe just leaning back more so the ball pops up more, or maybe switch up the rotation.
Some good pressure there applied on the serve, but Caleb Heck with a great recovery set gives Bies the opportunity to put it over the defense. Core left, flat-footed there.
I was there, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting that. 6-3.
Heck steps out. And a great cut serve. Another no-touch ace by Core, the receiver. Just some really good serves hitting the net against Core.
Now 17-13, got that 4-point lead. Just a little bit to go if they want to close out game 2.
Ball hits rim. They think about the touch.
No.
And Core goes for a hit, trying for maybe it was a roll-up versus rim or maybe a no-hit zone violation.
No call. Observer was blocked a little bit by, I think both teams couldn't see if Core's hit was clean.
Definitely a limitation, not having someone on the opposite side there for a second perspective.
So either way, they'll redo it. 17-13 still. You saw electing to play that rim serve and just taking it on 2. Probably going to be a little bit more conservative here.
Heck's still swinging. Puts that one right at Finocchi. And back to that backhand we saw.
Great
that little
flick.
flick.
Yeah, they've not
Game 1.
figured that one out. There's been a handful of hits by Finocchi that they've got in front of, but the backhand flicks have been going by clean.
Core stepping out, but Bies in position. And with a backhand of his own,
That's the same. That's the same. I was 100% good. Okay, cool.
little discussion about the cleanliness of that roll up, but they agree it was clean. So that'll be another hold for Boysterous, up 18-14 here. Remember, sloppy seconds did win game 1, 21-14, so Boysterous must win game 2 if they want to force game 3.
I think the other thing that Boysterous is doing really well this game is they're receiving the serves a lot better. I think game 1 they hadn't seen these players that much, at least not recently, and so they're adjusting well, and now they're receiving the serves that were acing them in game 1. And landing their own serves also helps a lot to get breaks for yourself, but they're just not getting broken nearly as much.
Absolutely. You know, that receiving confidence can turn into that serving confidence where you're feeling good on the ball, you're feeling like you're in rhythm, and all of a sudden the serves start landing, and land they have. As Finocchi looks to put it close. A great reverse off Caleb's left hand. Unreturnable there for Bies, and that'll get it within 2 points there, now 16-18. Sloppy not giving up game 2 for free here. As Gabe lines up against Bies. Clean return though. That ball maybe caught in Gabe's hand for the touch.
Good serve, but no problem for Bies there. Bies' return has looked really good. His serve receipts have looked really clean this game. A big adjustment from game 1 when he was getting aced a handful of times.
Heck goes left. They're opting to play there. No problem for Cord, put away.
You'd like to get one here if you're Travis Cord down 2. Like say you get one, I get one. If he can get one here, he leaves Finocchi with just one left to get to tie it up.
I always like that deal.
Missing there. One thing we've seen in some other matchups, or even in like contender and women's division, is players opting to go for a soft serve on their second one, just trying to put it on play defense. Not with these guys. They're all going all out on first and second serve, really trying to get that tough touch on the first, or
on the second serve,
or on the first touch, or even an ace. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
and you know, Cord puts a good serve on there, but Heck makes it look routine. 1, 2, 3, put away. Gives them triple game point here, 2017.
Another clean lefty hit. Okay, and so the ball is back in the hands of the most dangerous server on the net, probably at this tournament.
Perhaps, yeah.
What does Gabe go with? He's got a lot of options. Got to pick whatever he thinks is the best chance to get the break here. Ooh. Honestly, with the way Gabe's serving, I don't blame him, but when he's on his stuff, that's not a touch that let's slide.
Great cut, but Bies makes it look easy again. Nice dive over the hit zone, and that's a clean 1, 2, 3. Boysterous takes game 2. We're getting game 3 in the Pro Division semifinals here in Rock Hill. I'm excited.
Yeah, great bounce back by Boysterous. They really cleaned up their serve receive. They made a few more pressure serves. Really no rallies that game at all. I don't remember that many plays going more than just a 1, 2, 3 if they did receive the serve.
Yeah, some really strong serves from both teams that challenged. A couple of nice no-touch aces from Bies and Heck themselves to get those big breaks, but a lot of those first touches defensively didn't really yield those setting opportunities for breaks. We'll look to see if either team can adjust their positioning, because if they can, that'll be a critical opportunity for breaks in game 3.
Yeah, so we're not up at 1s. That means we get a game 3. Thanks for checking it out. We'll be back in just a few with this final game 3 of the Pro Division semifinals. Thanks for watching. Welcome back to the Rock Hill Tour Stop. We're joining for Game 3 of the Pro Division semifinals between number 1 ranked Boysterous and number 3 Sloppy Seconds. I'm Ezra here with Ben. We are excited to see what goes down in this third game.
Yeah, you saw Boysterous adjusted really well on their serve receives in Game 2. It's going to be interesting to see if Sloppy can up their tempo on their serves and get a couple more clean receives themselves to stay in this third game. But I think they're leaving it all on the field, so I'm excited to see what they've all got in the tank now.
Yeah, we saw a lot of aces early by Sloppy Seconds in Game 1. After that, Boysterous mostly adjusted. They still had 1 or 2 breaks, Sloppy Seconds did at the end of Game 1. But Game 2 was all Boysterous. They got out to an early lead. Sloppy Seconds brought it within 1 point once or twice, but Boysterous bounced right back, brought it up to 2 or 3 points to stay comfortable. I think it's going to be whoever gets the jump here early is going to be in a huge advantage.
I was going to say that setting the tempo early is going to be critical, because in both games, no one really made a late challenge. I can't imagine we're going to see the same thing late in Game 3. I think they're going to be really pushing for it, where, you know, they're in Game 2. Maybe Sloppy is just looking for Game 3, the same way that Boysterous was looking to go to Game 2 after the first game was out of hand for them.
Yeah, for Sloppy Seconds, I think Travis Court was hitting some good serves, but he just doesn't have the variety and the just amounts of different spin and reverse spin that Gabe Finocchi can bring to the table. So pressure is on Finocchi here. If he can get the reverse cut and the cut going, as well as the lefty and lefty reverse, there's every reason to think they'll take this game. If he can't, advantage Boysterous.
Yeah, exactly. Core's going to need to be picking up the slack with those defensive touches, right? Can he make those adjustments to pop those balls up? We saw them going out to space. He needs to see if he can adjust that positioning or maybe play a little bit better, bait and switch game with the offense, who's really, really carefully placing their shots. As Gabe lines up the first serve against Bies. Misses that reverse. In play, well settled.
Great touch.
Core gets the touch up though. And a carry called on the set from Finocchi. They go to the observer who gives calls it a carry there. So that'll be a point for Boysterous.
Okay.
Getting the hold in an untraditional fashion to start game 3.
Yeah, but that's more defensive touches than I think we had all of last game. So
At least converted, right? Or nearly converted?
nearly converted.
If it's a carry, I guess we can't say it was converted. As Core, no problem pulling that by Bies.
More like bye-bye to that ball. He loves it.
Core stepping left, serving right. And Heck, a little bit too fast past Finocchi.
Caleb Heck trying to get the energy up. Yeah,
you
you hear
hear
it
more
there.
from Caleb than you've heard all tournament out of him. He knows he needs to get loud to get Bies amped as he serves here. Off the rim and over. Second coming.
And not a super familiar situation for Boysterous being in a tight 3-game series. The last time they played was Utah Nationals in 2019.
That's right.
Sorry.
But a nice defensive touch from Bies. You see that popped up well. He squares up on Finocchi's hit, forcing it to go up and to Heck, and Heck no problem setting it up that easy put away.
Yeah, the last time Boysterous played was 2020 Utah Nationals. There were a handful of top players there, not that many, not nearly as many as we'd hope to see at a big national tournament, but the team that they played in finals was Ravi Kandula and Gabe Finocchi, so they've played Gabe in these pressure 3-game series before, but it's been a while. Gabe's a different player. I'm sure Preston and Caleb would love to say they're different players too. But if they have the same mental fortitude to pull through, that's what'll be the difference in this game 3.
Yeah, and on that parallel, Finocchi's got that experience playing in those big moments, knows what it's going to take. He knows what he was short of doing to win that series. So he's definitely prepared to make that same mental adjustment here as they rotate 2-3 early in game 3.
Yeah, one thing Gabe still doesn't have, Finocchi has not made it to a Tour Stop finals yet. He's finished on 3rd place twice, but yet to win in the semifinals, and so that's the hurdle that he's trying to get over here, is if he can pull this off, get the win for him and Core, he'll make it to his first finals appearance.
As that one is over Heck's shoulder. Another double fault. Heck steps out, puts that. And he cuts off, it looked like Preston's angle there. Maybe funneling a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know, that ball was blasted. Bies back by those barriers now. He would have been near there if he wanted to get a touch on that ball. Coming back from there is no easy task. Tough there though, because if you're not playing the team defense knowing where your partner is, there's really no chance to convert. And so Caleb cutting that off, Bies is out of the play, not able to get the second touch.
Yeah.
Really goes back to the communication rather than the decision making in the moment.
Though now with the soft touch rule, it does give Heck an opportunity to maybe find that soft touch if he's able to make the set 4 Bies all the way back from the net. As Bies fields off of Finocchi, again another touch for sloppy seconds, but doesn't get that popped up high enough for a set opportunity.
Yeah, Core kind of hunched down a little bit. He was trying to be in a position to cut off ball, but it left him out of position to react to Finocchi's touch.
Nice left from Bies. Hasn't had many of those, but fielded well by Core going left, and another deflection off the touch. You can see the teams are adjusting well to hits, getting those first touches, but not quite finding the second touches. A great no-touch ace from Finocchi. Just showing right the whole time and then reaching out left, cutting it clean past Heck. has to respect that righty cut serve.
Yeah, we haven't seen him go left in a while, and I think it's good that he pulls it in, kind of keep him honest. Remember, hey, I can go left just as far as I can go right.
And he does it again. That one may be high.
Calling it clean, yeah.
But it goes clean.
And so just like that, 2-point swing right back in the favor of Sloppy Seconds. They have their first lead of the game.
Little heat check there for Finocchi. Lots of extra fakes thrown in. Wants to keep this rolling with the ball in play. And it's right at Heck. But Core's tracking deep. Can he get back to net? He's unable to recover and finish his hit without sliding to the no-hit zone.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough set, a little too low for Core to get back in time. So even though he's able to hit the ball in the net, he slides into that no-hit zone on his follow-through, which is illegal. So point for Boysterous.
Right, he's only able to do part of that hitting motion, which is getting the ball in net and avoiding the no-hit zone. So Heck now serving. Game knotted up at 6s. So that one is high. Another double fault.
Let's go, baby. We were here all the time.
Court lining up right over left, looking like a left-handed serve potentially.
Yeah, we haven't seen this stance yet.
Steps right and drops. So very much the opposite of lefty power serve. Back in his traditional stance here. Leans out. And Heck loses that in the sun.
Yeah, you could maybe hear him say can't see as he was going back for that set. The sun's right in his eyes. That's tough because there's a good receive by Bies. No reason not to convert. But Heck, just loses that ball in the sun, blotches the set.
Core steps right.
Ooh, good serve again. And just for clarification, Core is saying get off, but his foot's in the zone. So if he did manage to block that back onto the net and off, it would still be a bad hit point for Boysterous. Good set of serves there from Core, generating some tough touches. That's kind of more what we saw from game 2, where Core is getting a body up, but not necessarily anything that he can play.
That first serve coming in hot, but rim from Bies. Second one coming here. Hops short.
Yes, sir.
So smooth over
Heck
the
jumps
net.
over the spike there. An interesting defensive strategy, to say the least.
Especially because Finocchi has not gone high on really any of his hits unless he's off net. Everything else has been very low. You'd expect them to get low, trying to get more of your body in front of the ball.
As Finocchi goes for, couldn't tell which spin that was, but it's not close to the net. Second one is on.
Let's go.
Bies calling maybe a side pocket or high.
Bies called high. It was not high.
Come on, Gabe.
Looked like a side pocket from our angle,
One more, brother.
but either way, serve called good. So now 3-point lead, 10-7 for Sloppy Seconds. Boysterous has to bounce back here. Can't let that call get to them. Can't let the point get to them. Got to make sure you don't let this break train continue. Oh, ball back to Caleb Heck. See if he can get the breaks started for the Boysterous side. We haven't seen him go to the lefty serve yet this game, but it might be a good way to just mix it up. Keep Sloppy Seconds in check.
A nice serve, but well fielded, high enough for Core to find the set.
And he's doing damage with that left hand. Gabe Finocchi looks super comfortable, really, with any hit opportunity he's had. So over the net, he's hitting it so low and just contacting the ball almost directly sideways so that the defense does not have a chance to get a play.
Core trying to extend the lead. Goes left.
Oh, wow. What a play.
Little confusion there, but Core goes for the soft touch off of his own body there, so that touch finally went high enough for someone to field it. Turns out it was his own set.
Yeah, two things happening there. One, the soft touch, like you said. The second one definitely could have been a hinder on Preston Bies, but Core's electing to play through it and dive over, knowing I have a better chance to get this point right now if I make this set than if I get the replay and try to do this all over again.
Yeah, that's an important calculation to be making in real time. And Core with another break, this time on the serve. Puts them up 5, and that's the biggest lead they've had since game 1 by a large margin.
And with that, Boysterous taking a timeout, down 13-8 in this deciding game 3. All the momentum now going for sloppy seconds. It was close for a while there. They were down. I think they came back at like 6-5. So they've been on quite a run to go up now 13-8. And really, it's been that serve game's getting it started. But they had two touches, I want to say, Core did, to make defensive plays.
Yeah, I think so. And those are the touches that are coming off of some higher-powered serves, right? Giving a little more uncomfortability to the offensive set from Boysterous. Boysterous has been looking great on a lot of their offensive receives, and when they're out of system, they're cleaning up now. Sloppy's cleaning up their touches. You love to see that for them. Boysterous needs to make those same kinds of moves if they want to answer. They're down big right now in the middle of Game 3.
Yeah, it's got to start with the serves for them. They need to put a lot more pressure on Finocchi and Core. They did it at parts in Game 2 when they were getting breaks and taking the lead there. They need to do it again now, whether it's getting wider angle with their cut serves or reverse cut serves, or just even more power to try to jam them and overpower the receiver. Right now, they're struggling to get much going on the way of breaks, and it's getting late in Game 3.
They only had maybe one defensive touch early in this game. That's a possibility, but it doesn't look like they're really feeling comfortable unless they're generating that pressure on the serve. So it's going to have to start with the serves and field into a little more defensive touches.
Yeah, so 13-8, about to rejoin them now. Travis Core still serving. He's definitely not content with this lead. He wants to keep going, and you can hear it. He's amped up. He's definitely been the loudest player on this net in this series, and he's got the reason to be. I mean, they had a big win in Game 1, and now they're up big in Game 3, looking to close it out and get the win over Boysterous.
Yeah. Just before we jump back to the action, I want to give a big thank you to one of Spikeball Tour Series' sponsors, Pair of Thieves. Got excellent underwear, super comfy. If you need underwear, Pair of Thieves is your Spikeball Tour Series underwear. So, hope to see you wearing that, and thanks again to them for sponsoring. As we come back to the action, 13-8 for Core, still on the serve, riding that high. See if they cooled him down on the timeout. He is not cool, puts it hot, but Boysterous does clean up their offensive set there. Good 1, 2, 3.
So here you go. Preston Bies got the ball back. This is where you prove yourself to be a champion. If you can overcome this deficit, get started right here.
Right out of the timeout. But that's up for Core, who's trying to take that free touch. But they're going to opt for the fault call instead. Second serve from Bies coming. It's off net, but Finocchi puts it in play. Heck goes long. Finocchi coming back from a chase. And he looks like he rolls that up into Bies, who gets the clean put away.
Wow.
And that was just a matter of waiting for someone to get a clean set, right? You see a couple of off-net sets giving chase, both teams getting some good touches in there. But after that weaker set and hit from Finocchi there, Bies cleans up for the break.
Yeah, but great sequence for Boysterous. They made the plays they needed to. They're able to convert the break, and that's the first of a few that they'll need here.
Still down a couple. 10-13 for Bies, serving to Finocchi. That one off well, but handled. And another clean backhand spike for Gabe Finocchi.
He hits that so well. It's reminiscent of kind of Tyler Chiswick's backhand or his backhand flick, where it just stays so low, and the angles he generates, you don't think he can. He's not even looking that way, and the ball goes back behind him.
Faking right, goes left. Boysterous. Oh. Oh, and a little miscommunication there. Boysterous with a good hit, and it seems like it tipped Gabe. Core thought he had the first defense touch, but actually it was the set, and Finocchi had to go on. So that would explain the errant hit there. It was a forced third touch.
I don't think anyone else would have known if Finocchi said, I didn't touch it, and that was the first touch. But integrity by him there, not making the play.
Yeah, Core otherwise very confused. He had to tell Core at the very least, because Core was not too pleased with him taking that on two hypothetically. Looks like maybe a replay. I'm not sure if there was a hinder somewhere along the way. But nice reverse cut, though. Still handled, and still a righty spike from Bies, this time high over everybody.
All right, so it'll be 11 serving 14 now. Replaying that point and Boysterous getting it. Caleb Heck now with a chance to get a few breaks of his own.
In step, righty. They take the fault call off the rim. And Heck.
Energy still seems to be with sloppy seconds. Heck especially just looking a little bit slow here, not getting the pop that he needs on those serves.
Core trying to extend it. Puts it clear past Heck. Goodness.
What a serve and squat right there, maintaining the toe position like he needs to until the ball hits the net. But wow, that was a nice serve.
Now up 16-11. Trying to extend it. Little toe drag on that serve, so that's going to be a fault for Core. Here's the second serve coming.
Core is he's iced
too
himself
excited.
here, yeah, trying to call the score correctly and has gotten all on his head. So 16-11, second serve. Here he goes.
That one misses the net, so he did ice himself a little too much.
A lot of
after
hype
that,
for
After that
nothing.
hot serve by Heck, past Heck that is, by Core. And Bies now looking down a 4-point deficit with the ball 12-16. That one's no good. And he knows the pressure of putting this ball in play, and he knows the pressure of needing to put it on with pace.
(12-16) still. Bies needs something going here.
That one's in play. Finocchi off net, but still puts it center for Core,
Wow.
who can push it under Bies. No
Yeah.
problem offensively there.
Great set by Finocchi, just putting it right over the net. Core, you see, just going for that low bowl shot outside the defense. Heck had rotated around for the pull.
Finocchi rolls that up over the shoulder. Second serve here. And he pulls it wide, just a touch high. They check with Observer. It is a high serve above Caleb Heck's shoulder. So that'll be Boisterous' point. And they rotate here 13-17.
Running out of time for Boysterous. Need to get it going pretty much now if they want a
That
chance
one
to come
hits
back.
the inside rim, just a square off of that near net. And that one back pockets up high. Another double fault for Boisterous. And all the while needing to make all their serves, they also need to hold all of these points to keep their serving opportunities alive. As Core lines up, little switch dance, looking like a lefty. But it's very much still a righty.
Ooh.
Very much a righty who can serve lefty, that is.
Big
But it's
lead,
rim.
want to keep it on. Give yourself a chance to make more plays.
Yeah, drops that one, puts in play. And Heck just puts that drop on and off the net.
Was it good?
So
We didn't
that
have a
one-
great
that
view.
One, that one ruled good.
I was
And
not convinced.
14-18 to score. Bies going left. Both players in Boisterous, with each of these serves mounting more and more pressure, and they haven't been getting the breaks they need to come in any closer.
Yeah, one of those situations where it's hard to tell if energy begets like better play or if better play begets the energy, but has not been there for Boisterous, and as they keep missing, they're not getting the intensity up.
Yep.
If I'm them, I think you got to bring the energy into it, even if you're down, to kind of hype yourself up and then start making those bigger plays.
Yeah, we noted how game 2 was a little bit louder for Preston Bies. He's been very quiet in game 3. You know, maybe he needs to just, use some of that artificial energy and hype to lead into the play. But Finocchi here, 19-14. Well settled from Boisterous. And looks like it was a clean body block on and off by Core, and Hecken trying to field it touch the set. So that's going to give you match point here in game 3. They're up 20-14. Quite a few opportunities to close out. Nice reverse cut,
wow.
and that's going to be an ace for sloppy
Wow.
seconds of Finocchi. He
What
was
a
a
way
little
to end
quiet
it,
earlier in
too.
the game, but he closed out very strong.
Just a nice reverse. That one's staying pretty low. Bies gets a hand on it, but nothing meaningful. Can't field it. And really great show of force for sloppy seconds. Game 2 went the way of Boisterous, but they
Yeah.
bounced back, responded huge in Game 3 with a 21-14 win. Awesome win for them, and
Yeah.
job's not done, right? Now they advance to pro finals. We'll have to prove that they're the best team here, get the win.
Yeah, they matched, I believe, their score from game 1, 21-14 too. So 2 dominant game wins. Game 2, they were down by a couple of points, but still a really impressive showing from them. Boisterous, on the other hand, adjusted a bit, but down the stretch just didn't have the energy and weren't landing the same type of serves that Sloppy was able to put in play. So
Yeah, we're going to try to get Travis Core on, just talk to him about that game, what was working well, and kind of walk through what he was feeling throughout that series. I mean, a great result for them. On the other side of the bracket, we have Coleman Epperson and Garrett Hornock battling against Frederick Hinkle and Buddy Hammond. I think Coleman and Garrett Epperson Hornock took game 1. Not sure where they're at now, but let's talk to Travis about this game first.
What's up, Ezra?
Hey, Travis. How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Pretty good. A great win there. You guys looked really comfortable throughout. I think the biggest thing noted was the energy going in. You were hyped from the start. I think you got a break like the second point of the series and got loud. Is that something that you and Gabe talk about coming into a game like that?
Gabe and I have a very weird but awesome energy together. We're kind of goofy, but
Yeah.
we're also like really super competitive. So it's fun. I think we get each other hyped up, but we also do a good job of when we're getting too serious or when we get down or something like that. We bring ourselves up with some humor or some good times or something like that.
Nice. Yeah, I think it's hard to see from where we are. Gabe's doing that. We definitely see it from your point of view. And some of the jokes that you're making to each other, I think, are just good to like keep the mindset,
Absolutely.
like you said.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and so I guess walk me through it. That game when you guys jumped up to a huge lead, was it this is what we were trying to do? Is it this is good, let's just ride with it? What were you thinking in that moment?
Game 1, correct?
Game 1, yeah.
Well, I mean, we definitely don't want to be down, so we
Yeah.
definitely want to jump up as much as possible. I think for us as good servers, and when we play against teams that are strong serving teams, we want to keep the ball out of their hand and put the ball in our hands. The more we can be in rhythm, the more we can keep a team out of rhythm. It works really well for us. I think that was one of the things that helped us in Volley Llama series in the pool play, is we were able to take breaks when we took them, and if they got one break, we were easily able to kind of hold and keep them from getting on momentum runs and stuff like that.
Right, yeah, that's perfect. And so game 1, right, you won pretty handily. Game 2, different story. Boysterous got the break right way to start. What was going through your head there, and what helped you stay in the match?
So Boysterous is a wonderful team. They're phenomenal. They're champions. They've won many tour stops. You know, they're at the top of the game. We had to probably needed to settle down a little better. We let them get too far ahead and get on a run too much. But good serves are going to happen. You know, we've got to limit our bad touches and limit our mistakes. And we didn't do that in game 2 as well as we did in game 3, I thought.
Yeah, game 3, I think you nailed it, right? Start of the game was close, and then you guys stayed in it and then pulled away at the end. Kind of just like ran away with it at the end.
Game 3 and game 1 felt very similar.
Yeah.
It felt like we were holding the way we were supposed to, but then we capitalized on breaks. It felt like at least one rotation, whether it was me or Gabe serving, we got a break. And when obviously the score reflects that, but it was something that I think helped us keep the ball out of their hands, keep the momentum in our hands, and it was just a really good thing. And honestly, I feel like me and Gabe are clicking really well, and just got to keep rolling.
Yeah, one last thing I just want to call it. You had a lot of body touches in game 2 that were kind of just like going nowhere, going sideways. Was that an adjustment that you saw and thought you had to make in game 3 or going into finals?
So they're a great hitting team, and I think as a great hitting team, you can't give the team too many options. If you give a team too many options and you're too far off the net, they're going to pick you apart. And they're two of the best hitters in the game. So coming up close, I felt like gave us the best opportunity to at least get a touch. Some of them didn't come up the way I wanted them to, and I think it was just one of those things. I talked to Gabe after. I was like, hey, we're doing the right things. You split me, and I will try to get them up as best as possible or better than I did in game 2.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, well, thanks for talking to us.
Awesome.
Congrats on the win there, but job's not done.
Yep. First
we'll
off,
see you shortly.
last thing is my dog's Nala's birthday. It's her 3rd birthday today, so wish Nala a happy birthday. Hello to my wife and hello to Simba.
Happy birthday, Nala. Thanks, Travis.
Let's
again.
go.
Let's see you in the finals.
Yep.
All right. We're going to pull in Preston Bies of Boysterous, ask him a little bit that game the rest of the day. Not over yet. Still can get a pro bid if the cards fall out for them. All right. Thanks, Preston, for coming on. So, this is the first big tournament for Boysterous since Utah Nationals last year, right? What were the feelings throughout both yesterday in pool play and then today in bracket for you and Caleb?
I mean, I think it's obvious. It's just breaking off the rust is the really biggest thing. I mean, we're just trying to put the ball in the net and do it effectively and efficiently. I mean, that was aside from being hot, from the West Coast,
It was a little hot.
It's burning out here. But, just play consistently, shape up our game. I mean, it's been 9 months since we played, a tournament together and pretty much a tournament at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing I saw that spoke to that shaking off the rust, game 1 went down early, but you didn't let that get away from you. The game stayed roughly at that same pace, and then game 2, right away, you guys had control all of game 2.
Yeah.
What was the adjustments that you made, or was it just like you said, shaking off rust between games 1 and 2?
I mean, we just haven't seen, the biggest thing is obviously serves. I mean, I think that's the biggest thing that's changed since 2020 Utah Nationals is people's serves have gotten a lot better. And it's just, coming back in the game. I mean, it's just serve receive is everything. I mean, we had a few touches. We honestly, hitting-wise, we're fine. I think we made maybe one hitting error. But they also played super clean. Like, it's not just our fault. Like, they beat us.
No, I think they played really well.
They played. I mean, Gabe is far more efficient and clean than I ever remember him. He's hitting like an elite hitter at this point. Service-wise, Gabe and Travis both landed some nutty serves. And I always tell Caleb, I'm like, if they land their 5% serve, like, just let it go. Like, who cares? I mean, Travis hit like 2 that were like almost like to my left hand as the, Caleb's teammate. But, yeah, it was good. Just shaking off rust.
Yeah, nice showing. So I think, like I said, day's not over for you yet. You've got this third-place game, and there still is a chance that you can get true second, meaning if you win your third-place game and Sloppy Seconds wins the final, you get to challenge that team that lost in finals to get second place, which is all important for a pro bid at nationals. Right. What are you taking into this third-place game? Any takeaways from this game that you want to implement?
I mean, it's just, I think, honestly, the biggest thing for us is give ourselves opportunity and actually put on serves. I think, aside from serve receive, which honestly I felt we did pretty solid, minus their crazy serves, which, again, let them go.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I think, I don't know, I mean, Caleb, we talked after the game. He's like, dude, I think I missed 90% of my serves. I was like, I think I missed 80% of my serves, I mean, I had a few aces, I had a few ooh-hoo moments, where everyone's like, okay, they got it. Game 2 was easy flowing, but we just didn't put serves on and didn't really challenge them too much. So I think that's the biggest thing is just put serves on and actually play round net versus stand and watch round net.
One last thing. You're usually a very high-energy guy. I think we started that series right. It's tough when you go down 8-2 to be a high-energy guy. Game 2, you had a little bit more, and kind of, like you said, the heat is getting to you. But one thing we were wondering from the booth is, like, does the energy beget the better play, or do you need the better play to beget the energy? Like, do you need to be getting breaks to get hyped up, or do you think getting hyped up kind of helps set that momentum for you?
I think this tournament is different because I don't feel, as round netty as normal. So, like, I really have to, like, focus on not sucking. Whereas normal, I feel like I can play around net because I've played, tournaments every other weekend or whatever it is. But, this is my first tournament in a long time, and it's just focusing. And plus, it's hot. And honestly, I'm like, it's like having a slip and slide on my hands.
And your face.
And my face and my whole body. You hear that? No, but I mean, it's just energies. I mean, I don't know. It's different, I would say, A, because I'm hot and miserable in terms of heat-wise, and then B, like, just focusing, But obviously going down 8-2 doesn't help. Yep. Because if we were up 8-2, I 100%.
You'd be yelling.
I'd be having fun, whatever. But I don't know. I wouldn't say we're energy dependent, though. I think I play just as good regardless. Right. I just normally like to have more fun because I feel like I need to expend more energy. But right now my body's just pouring out everything.
I gotcha.
So,
yeah. All right. Well, good luck in the third-place game. I'm not sure who you're playing. It looks like that one wrapped up.
I'm going to look, and we'll decipher, and we'll tell you if we're right.
I'm going to bet that you're playing Buddy Hammond and Frederick Hinkle in the third-place game.
That's what I think so, too.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good luck to you. Maybe we'll see you back for a true second in an hour.
I hope so. That's why we're here.
All right.
That pro bid. Yeah.
Good luck, Preston.
That's it.
Thanks for joining us. Okay.